And I'm Julia Phobos. And I'm Kirsten Dimos. The first story today we will be covering is how this dog rescued a cat out of a tree.
Yes, we're live on the scene. It's truly an amazing... What? Really? Thank you. We have just been informed that 4 Americans have landed on Mars for the very first time.
Let's take a look at our satellite dish for live coverage.
I'm so excited! For the first ever land on Mars! I've waited long for this moment. I even did a ton of research. I even know the exact length of a day on Mars. 24 hours, 39 minutes, and 35 seconds.
Hey, I did a lot of research too. I know exactly how old Mars is. 4.6 billion years old.
We all did a lot of research. I found that Mars's density is about 3.933 grams per cubic centimeter. That is roughly 70% of the density on Earth.
And I found out that Earth has 10 times more mass than Mars.
That's a lot of research we did. This sample of Mars's surface will definitely tell us what Mars is made of, don't you think?
Yeah.
Oh, it sure looks like there might be ice beneath the surface on Mars.
It kind of looks like Mars is also made of iron. Oh, that reminds me. The core of Mars is actually made of iron, nickel, and sulfur. And then above the core is a dense crust of rock, and above that, another crust of rock. The crust is probably 30 miles. Most of it is made of basalt. Wow, can you believe it? There are clouds and winds on Mars.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and those canyons over there suggest that there was once water on Mars because of the erosion.
Some canyons I saw were bigger than the Grand Canyon. Hey you guys, check this out. There's a volcano. Wow, that mountain is the tallest mountain in the universe. It's as tall as 3 Mount Everests.
Oh my gosh, that's really tall. Because I, Leah Olympus, discovered this, I shall name it Mount Olympus.
Are you positive you were the very first founder, even though millions of scientists have looked through the telescopes at this place?
Fine. Instead, to be fair to the true founder, the Greeks, the ones who discovered Mars, I shall call it Olympus Mons in their honor.
Isn't it amazing how big space is?
Yeah, Lily. It's a good thing Mars is next to Earth. Our journey could have been a lot longer.
True, but Leah, the distance is still enormous. Though the distance where Earth and Mars depends on where the two planets are in space. They can be as much as 33,860,000 miles apart.
Yeah, you're right. I guess that is a long way to go.
Valerie, you are exactly right. Mars, the 4th planet from the Sun, and moves in an oval formation around the Sun.
Yeah, Carissa, did you know how many Earth days there are in a Martian's year?
No.
687.
Oh my gosh.
Are you serious? That's almost 2 years. Oh, I know something kind of neat. Mars rotates on its axis from west to east.
Hey, you guys. Guess what? Mars rotates as little as about 128,390,000 miles away from the Sun.
Oh really? That sounds like roughly 1.5 times farther than Earth's distance from the Sun.
Yeah. Isn't Mars magnificent?
I know! It's amazing how many of the surface features here are the same as on Earth.
I can't believe it, Carissa. There are plains, canyons, volcanoes, valleys, gullies, channels, and polar ice.
Yeah, Valerie, I know, but there are a lot of differences too, like how much craters occur throughout the surface on Mars while they are rare on Earth.
You're right. Mars also has fine-grained reddish dust that covers its entire surface.
Yeah.
Leah, have you ever wondered about the core of Mars?
Now that you mention it, yeah, but I did do some research, like how a lot of scientists in the lab predicted the density of Mars has something to do with the size of the core.
Really? Because with some of the research we did earlier, I have found out that Mars's core radius is probably between 900 and 1,200 miles.
That's a lot. I never knew that.
I know. Earth is a lot more dense than Mars, but Mars's core must be smaller than the radius of Earth.
Really? Oh, did you know that Earth's core is partially molten? Molten means melted, by the way. But the core of Mars could also be solid. Some people back at the lab and I think that it's because Mars doesn't have a complete magnetic field.
And when there is motion in a planet's molten core, it makes the core a magnetic object. The motion occurs because of the rotation of the planet.
Exactly what I was going to say, Lily. However, Mars may have had a hotter interior and a molten core. Nothing has been proven yet, though.
Hey, Carissa, what are you doing?
Oh, I just found a bunch of information on some planes that are on Mars.
Like what?
Well, stuff like how many regions of Mars have flat, low-lying plains. Most of these areas are in the northern hemisphere. The lowest of the northern regions are among the flattest, smoothest places in the solar system. They may be so smooth because they were built up from deposits of sediment.
Okay, you lost me at low-lying plains.
What Carissa was trying to say is that there is evidence that water once flowed across the surface of the plains.
Yeah, the water would collect in the lowest spots on the planet and would have deposited sediment there.
Oh, that's really interesting. Hey, Carissa, would you mind showing us some planes?
Yeah, please.
Sure, I've actually been searching for one to name after myself. I would call it Christ Planitia. You know, my name is Carissa Planitia.
You guys, I found a plane.
Are you serious? I've been looking one for hours.
Don't worry, I'm calling it Christ Planitia. After all, I wouldn't know anything about Mars's planes if you hadn't have taught me.
Thanks, Lily. You are so sweet.
Do you want to come and see it? See, it's a relatively smooth circular plane.
Yeah, this could possibly be an ancient impact basin. And just looking at it now, I'd say that it's 1,600 kilometers across and 25 kilometers below the average plane.
Wow.
It appears to have suffered water erosion in the past.
I can't believe how much we've discovered on Mars.
We better be careful here, you guys. There are sometimes raging dust storms that blow over the entire planet.
It sure looks like one is going to happen soon.
We should take cover.
Oh my gosh, come on. Wait up, you guys. Where are you?
Sorry folks, we've just experienced some technical difficulties, but we have just fixed everything, so now back to our live coverage.
Are you okay?
Valerie,
Are you okay?
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I'm fine. But look!
Whoa!
You know, compared to this, the Grand Canyon seems so small.
Are you going to name it?
Uh-huh. I'm going to name it Valles Marineris after me, Valerie Marineris.
My air tank is running low. I need to go get a new one.
Okay. The reason she needs to get a new one is because 95.3% of the atmosphere's gas on Mars is carbon dioxide.
Yeah, she can't breathe carbon dioxide. Does anyone know what other gases are on Mars?
Well, I know that 2.7% of Mars gases are nitrogen.
Also argon, which is 1.6%, and the carbon monoxide, which is 0.07%.
Krista, I wasn't finished, but you're right. However, you forgot water vapor, which is 0.03%.
Okay, Earth has so much more oxygen than Mars.
We were just talking about Mars's atmosphere, Lily.
Oh, I know a lot about that. Every winter at the poles, the condensation of CO2 takes away gas from the atmosphere on Mars.
Frozen CO2 clouds can form at high altitudes in the Martian atmosphere.
And the atmospheric pressure at the surface of Mars changes by 20 to 30% when the seasons change. Can you believe that?
I can't. You know, the sun doesn't heat high altitudes as much as low altitudes.
I didn't know that. Have you noticed how the winds on Mars have less force? That's because of the lower density of the Martian atmosphere.
Clouds and winds are still involved in the weather system, though.
Yeah.
Lily is right, though. Mars's atmosphere has little mass. Earth is about 100 times more dense than the atmosphere here. Hey, where did she go?
Lily!
Lily!
Where are you?
You guys, come here. Look what I found.